What's up, YouTube? Um, I'm gonna wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off here.
Okay, cool. That way I can set up the legends. Right now, the other live stream's up. The Preacher Pale Rider. So,
All right.
all right. See you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Going live. Two channels here. We got Preacher Pale Rider up, and now Legends and Tales of Josie Wales up. He's gonna wait. Nobody's on there yet. It's been about 2 or 3 days since I did. Well, actually, I did one live stream. I guess on Friday night. Unfortunately, no sound, and it was, "Hey, how you doing? Who's that? Wait a minute. Somebody just, yo, memory. How you doing? Couldn't read the name. Wait a minute. Let me put that back up there. Yeah, I did a live stream on what was it? Friday night fireworks. And what good are shit? You still there? What good if the thing fell off the count? What good are fireworks without the explosions, the sound? It still was neat looking, but that's YouTube playing around. I know I didn't. Hey, what's up, Tammy? No sound. Oh shit. Memory, you got sound on yours? Yeah, it looks like he does. Wait a minute. Can you hear me now? Hey, can you, Tammy, 5x5? Can you hear me? Just heard Trump says if he dies, he wants an atomic bomb. Yeah, I thought he would say that too. I swear, by the way, he's been talking. Yep. You can hear me now? Oh, that's cool. So we got both of them on now. Yeah, I had that feeling. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to nuke Iran in the next few days. I just had that feeling. I was kind of expecting it, sometime today or tomorrow, maybe, where they're talking and shit. Something huge is going to happen. Who's that? How you doing? Man, my eyesight's getting bad. I don't know if I have my glasses. Let me pick this up. Bring it over to me. Chant Ella Caius. Where are you from? I'm not sure. Wait a minute. Chantilly Kay. Thank you for stopping by the live stream there. Wait a minute. By the way, we have two live streams going. Two different phones working right now. Got the one channel you guys are on is Preacher Pale Rider, named after Clint Eastwood movie. And the other one's Legends and Tales of Josie Wales, named after another Clint Eastwood movie. Well, it's actually part of it's the name. Thank you for the, thanks for stopping by. Hang on 1 minute, let me see something. Thanks, Memory gave a like on both. By the way, if you can you hop back and forth, hit me up with a like and a subscribe would be awesome. I'm trying to build up the other channel. It seems like there's more people over here on the Preacher Pale Rider today. But on the other channel is Legends and Tales of Josie Wales. I'm trying to hit 1,500 subscribers. I'm about 1,460 or something like that. So anyway, yeah, Trump is going out of his mind. Remember, you got a new what do you call it? A picture on your thing there? I can't see it. Man, I wish I had my fucking glasses with me. I can't see nothing. It's unbelievable. What was I gonna say? The World Cup game went off today without any problems. You know, one thing I thought is the way it was so smoky all across the East Coast and especially up north of us, and I guess a little bit west, that I started to wonder if, but like Friday, it was ridiculous. It was just choking on the smoke. I thought maybe they wouldn't be able to play. That's how bad it was Friday afternoon. Like, it'd be hard to breathe running around in there. What's that? It was his C-19 vac. Wait a minute. It was a C-19. I mean, Trump. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. What's to say over here? How you doing? Trump was at the World Cup today, passing out gold medals. You know, I heard he showed up. I was working. I'm not a big soccer fan. I played it when I was a kid, blew out my knee, and let me tell you something. Hyperextended it, and that was the worst pain I think I ever was in my life. Knee injuries suck. Anyway, never got into soccer very much, but my sister had dated years and years and years, way back in the day. She dated a professional soccer player from Greece, a guy named Bill Vassiliadis, or semi-pro. I don't know if he ever made it to. And supposedly he knew a lot of the other big names, and he actually had a soccer ball he gave us that was signed by different people. Whether he signed it or not, or someone else did, but it was pretty cool. Might have been a collector's item, but I kicked the shit out of it, you know, playing soccer there, and it didn't take much. I got it ripped off somewhere. Anyway, wait a minute. They're trying to burn us down. Exactly. You know what? There's so much crap in the air. Someone was saying when you get a chance, you go out to your car in the morning and it looks dusty or anything, take a razor blade, go up and slowly run it, or maybe even a card might work, like a playing card. Run it on the windshield, and if you pick up any dust, take and put a magnet on the dust. If it sticks to it, you know you're picking up all kinds of heavy metals from the shit they're dumping out of backs of airplanes. So I'm actually gonna make a video doing that. A guy had already done that, and it's all that nanoparticulates and shit that are falling out of the sky, and stuff that's in the stuff that's burning too. That's gonna fuck people up in the long run. You know, it gets in your body, and what the hell's that? Sorry, someone hitting the horn, but they're over there. And yes, you're right. They are trying to burn us down. They want to clear land out because there's probably minerals that they want underneath, and they figure if they burn everybody off their land, they don't have to pay for it. You know, see what I'm saying? They'll just say, oh, it's contaminated now, or this or that, and eminent domain, we're going to rebuild it, but you can't have it no more. And they go in and steal the land. It's already happened over, I guess it's Maui, and basically push people right off their land. They're indigenous people. They lived there. You go back generations, and I mean that's the same difference as American Indians that were on the mainland. The Hawaiians, they were the original. Well, as far as we know, they were at least there for maybe hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. The point being is they're getting pushed off their land, and it's all over wealth, money. You know, these big corporations like BlackRock roll in there and buy chunks of land. And what's it say? Wait a minute. Still trying to mimic God. Yeah, they are. Everything they're doing, they think they are gods with small g. They think that they have the right to rule us all, and why should anybody question it, you know? It's very arrogant, very narcissistic. And if you look bloodlines, follow it back, they were the ones, if you follow their bloodlines back, these elites, CEOs of companies, I almost guarantee you that their great grandfather and this and that have all been, starting wars to make money, and a hell of a lot of them have been, put it that way. So they like to keep the money in the family, and that's what people call them blue bloods, like their royalty. They keep it all in the family, and the people that are on top never let anybody else get out of poverty. They just keep them right where they are, and they're still doing it hundreds of years later. It's been like that in America and everywhere else around the world for years. Now, the difference is, though, America, you had more of a chance to climb up the ladder. Here's the problem. When too high down, kick you back down. But you look at a lot of third world countries that are piss poor broke. Our elites did exactly what I just said about Hawaii and all this. They went in hundreds of years ago and took slaves and took minerals and took trades, things from other lands, the same way the Roman Empire did and other things, just conquered and took shit. Well, here's the deal. It's still doing it. They're doing it again, and I hate to say it, but when Trump starts talking about like going and taking Greenland because we need this or we need that, you don't take shit. You make a deal, you pay for it. I don't think it's fair to just you be the bully on the block. That's not what America was supposed to be about. At least we, the people, would say that, but the elites see it differently. Let's just say it's all about money. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. What's that say? Whatever, man. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, money talks and horse shit walks, and they consider us horse shit, so we can go walk to our 15-minute city prisons that they want to put us in, because that's what it's all about. Once they take all the land and divvy it up among themselves and fight over it later themselves, they're going to be shoving people into FEMA camps. They'll call them 15-minute cities, and that way you won't have to pollute the planet by owning a car. See how that works? They'll let you walk still, but only 15 minutes as far as you can walk wherever. And basically, they're taking your freedom to travel. One by one, they're ripping up our Constitution, the right to bear arms, the right to speak freely, the right to travel. It's all going down the drain, and they're doing it quietly, or not too quietly, but they're just somehow sneaking it in, and people aren't seeing it because there's so much distraction. If you went and pulled it all together and started showing people what's going on, it would wake people up, and that's why I do what I do as best I can. And there's so many more channels that have way more reach than I'll ever have, and I think they need to keep spreading truth and waking people up before it's too late. And that's the one thing I find frustrating is, and when I do say something, that I feel in my heart is what's, put there by maybe God or whatever about things going on that nobody's talking about, it's frustrating that the powers that be shut it down and basically, what do you call that? Shadow ban. They've destroyed my channel. But so then what I do in that case, I know that I'm talking too much serious shit and I got to back off. And then I'll make like a couple short videos, try to make them funny or just to change it up so I can still keep the channel rolling. And YouTube's just been crippling my channel. What's this say? Do you believe in any religion? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But you know what? I believe in God, Jesus Christ, first and foremost. I don't believe, per se, religion. Religion's a name of... I believe that Jesus is my personal savior, and that's that. And to each his own, whatever. But hang on one second here. I'm trying to keep up, and I'm jumping back and forth between two live streams. Um, I think that's one of our rights, is we have the right to any religion we wanted. And even that's getting limited. If you're a Christian, you're getting attacked far more now than ever. And they're catering. I'm not knocking anybody's religion here. I'm just saying all of a sudden they're catering, like over in England, they're catering to Muslim countries that are pouring in over there, and they're forgetting about the people that've been in England, paying their taxes, going to war for the country when needed to be, and doing everything. And that's wrong. You don't forget the people that made you great as a country, you know? And that's why my problem with Donald Trump, he's saying, make America great. Okay, cool. Then let's go 100%. Here's one thing you need to do. You need to honor the Constitution and stop letting people steal our rights. That's all I'm saying. These flock cameras, I don't know if you know about them. Maybe some of you do. It's bullshit. You go down the street and they're tracking you. And it's not a joke and it's not conspiracy. They're starting to own up to a lot of stuff. And a lot of people will not even look at it. They just don't even want to hear it. Don't wake them up. And I don't blame them in a way. It's pretty fucked up when you realize that governments of the world have been lying to us, you know? They're power hungry. They ain't giving us any truth. You know what they're giving us? Aggravation and bullshit and plenty of that and very little truth. I mean, I don't sometimes wonder if we even really walked on the moon. I don't know that I buy that story. I saw it when I was a kid, you know, one small step for mankind, one large, or whatever. I think I'm saying it backwards. The point being, when Neil Armstrong walked on the moon, I don't know that, what's this? Religion is all about money, political shit. Yes, well, exactly, but God isn't. That's why you believe in God. You don't believe in religion. You see what I'm saying? Religion, you can believe in a religion, but let me put, it's hard for me to explain, but basically what I'm saying is it's more important to not let a priest, a pope, shaman, any other religious figure get in front of you and God. God created you in his image, okay? That means he gives a shit about each and every one of us. You can go talk to God at any time. You can go off into the woods, chill with yourself. Maybe you got a lot on your mind and your heart, and just talk. And you don't have to be saying it out loud. It's in your head. He's omnipresent, or whatever the hell the word is. He's everywhere, and he's part of you, and he made you. And this, I find that all this stuff with them trying to put chips and turn us into transhumanism, that's got to offend them. If we're made in God's image, why are they trying to change that? See what I'm saying? That's what what's this say? I'm sorry, I'm jumping around a lot. I'm looking at the comments and wait a minute. Faith over religion. Yeah, religion, especially organized religion, sounds like organized crime to me. You know what I'm saying? Two words that don't, you don't have to have a pack of people, watching you kneeling and praying and standing up and doing all the ritualistic things. God knows. That's why it's better off maybe to go in and talk to God, like in the woods or somewhere by yourself. And you could still have community, go in prayer meetings or whatever. Just don't let other people completely control you, because somehow, some way, the snake sneaks into the garden every time, if you know what I'm saying. There's always a Jim Jones. That's a reference from back when I was a kid. He was a religious leader that went to Guyana and had a cult and talked these people into drinking poisonous Kool-Aid, arsenic or something in it. So in other words, there's always somebody trying to lead the masses, and it could be leading them over a cliff. So personally, I think you want to look for God, look within, because you have discernment in your heart. You know right from wrong, mostly. Now, some people are influenced early on in life, but deep down, there's a seed of truth in everybody that I feel that if you look, you seek and you shall find. I think it's in the Bible, like that. Knock and the door shall be answered. I'm not saying it right, but the point being, God's just waiting for us. It's like when you talk from your heart, it's like a 911 call. It's like a priority call to God. But it's got to be for real, from your heart. And that's another thing. Some people are shy and don't want to go into a church and be around 100 people and doing that. So just you and God. And I'll tell you what, you're going to notice a difference in your life when you just pray and ask for wisdom and health and whatever else you need. Hang on one second. I'm falling behind. I see a lot of people commenting. Let me go back and read some of these for a moment. How does AI play in all of it? In my opinion, because that's all we got is each of our own opinions. We're not God, and we can't tell how this is going to come out. But I think it could be leading to a false prophet, which is in the Bible. Or if I don't trust AI, put it that way. To me, AI is kind of like a freaking, all this chat GPT and all that stuff where people are going for asking, questions that are going on in their lives to a computer that has no soul. You're playing with a Ouija board because maybe it does have a soul, an evil soul, possibly. I don't know. Disembodied spirits are what demons are. They can crawl in and crawl out and confuse the masses, in my opinion. Hang on 1 minute. Wait a minute. I'm losing a lot of comments here. Let me go back. It's all about money. That's truth. Paper money is going to be gone. You're absolutely right. And you know how I think they're going to bring that about? Same with the gold and the silver, casting it into the streets. The next pandemic may be something that you can't touch, something that somebody else touched that's contaminated, or it could be radioactive or something, so then you'll have to get rid of it, and then you'll have to use credits, a chip in the hand or whatever, where they scan it. They're trying to bring us into that beast system, and they're moving pretty quickly on it, which is why they're also moving real rapidly with this whole, what do you call them, data centers. Man, I ain't never seen anything. I'm 62 years old. I've been around a long time. I never seen such a fast thing happening. They're taking over everywhere. Why so fast? Doesn't that make you worry a little bit? Something fucking horrible's coming down. And basically, Alex Jones called it when he said it's a prison planet. Alex might be crazy in a lot of things, but every now and then he was right on the money. And with that, I believe he's on the money. There's something not right about having 9 million data centers, but you can't even keep the electric on for the elderly. You have rolling blackouts because the data centers are going to need the electricity during the hottest part of the summer or the coldest part of the winter. Tell me that isn't bullshit. Humans come first. Machinery, we could go back and live like the Amish. We'd probably be in better shape, far better shape, getting back to basics. Technology's leading us down a bad road in the long run. It can be used for good and bad. The problem is we're halfway there on the bad part, and I don't see much good coming from it in the near future. When they do make, for instance, there's two sides of every coin. They have, cures for cancer, but me and you probably won't ever have them because they're keeping them for the billionaires. They invent something. They don't make it available to the common man. It's for the millionaires. They want us dead and gone. It's pretty obvious. I mean, look at all the crap going on. Floods that are happening all over the place. Now, you could say, oh, it's just global warming. I don't buy it. Like I said, 62 years, and just the last couple of years have been going bananas. Didn't all just happen like that. They have NextRad and cloud seeding technology that they've been using all the way back since the Vietnam War, Operation Popeye, when they washed out the Vietnamese soldiers coming up the Ho Chi Minh Trail by making it rain so much during the monsoon season. It's already bad, and they couldn't get the hell up there. So they can manipulate weather. And even further back, farmers way back in the day were firing off when they had droughts I heard this, don't know for 100% sure, you can Google it later on, that they were shooting rockets, I guess not bottle rockets, but some kind of rockets up with silver nitrate in it, somehow getting it into the clouds and seeding the clouds. And then I guess when planes came along, they started doing it, and it causes, I guess, with a raindrop forms around a little particle. For instance, let's say there's a lot of rust in the air from pollution, that will also, same deal. And you could move a cloud across the country with a harp. If it's rust, it's got iron in it. And you could take a fucking super magnet and pull clouds from one end of the continent to the other, they did it on Mythbusters on a small scale. And I think that's another way how they manipulate weather. That's just my opinion, but I think it's a solid opinion. You can do your own research, which is, it's all a shit show. You ain't kidding. Wait a minute. Let me go back. Yeah, I heard that. Wait a minute. I believe in God. Good for you. Yep. Now is the time to get right with God, Just make sure with all your heart that you're trying to... Wait a minute. Hang on one second. Basically, number one, surrender your life to him. He surrendered his life, so we had a chance to get out of here. He opened the door, and they're trying to close it. Don't let them close it on you or any of us. Meaning they're trying to put, seed self-doubt into your fertile mind. Know that there is a God and he cares. And don't let the assholes win. It's basically what I'm saying, to be crude about, but don't let them win, because this is a war for your soul. We're in a battle like you could never even perceive or believe, because most of it's in the spiritual realm and we don't see it going on. Doesn't mean it ain't happening. You can't see wind blowing. Well, I guess you can in the trees, whatnot, but it might be invisible to the human eye. But as time goes on, I think it's going to manifest to the point where you're even going to see things that are going to shake you to the core. It says that in the Bible. I believe in Revelation. It said men's hearts will stop from fear for the things that will come upon the earth. And we're real close to that. There's things happening that are just blowing people's minds. So whatever you do, in my opinion, what I'm doing, and I advise to maybe think about this, what I'm about to say is, let go of all materialism as much as you can right now. And what I mean by that is, don't make your, I'm a big collector. I used to collect a lot of stuff, Civil War photography, you name it, all kinds of stuff. I can't think of anything, but there's a lot of stuff I collected throughout the years, sports memorabilia, different things. And people collect cars, they have their favorite type of car they went and bought. And don't make a false god out of something you can't take with you. Nothing wrong with enjoying your collectabilities, collections, but don't make it a false god. Don't be so concentrated on that right now that you can't see that what time it is. We're like 2 minutes to midnight. We got to be prepared. He's going to knock on the door and we're out of here. Just get right with God. What's this say? I turned water into beer. He said that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How does Moses make coffee? He brews it. Okay. A little religious humor. Wait a minute. What's this? Antifa, something happened. I just saw a thing come across there. I don't know. It was some news clip came across. I couldn't see it. I'll look at it later. What's that say? Memory of a fisherman says, I'm glad my mom's a former Amish. She still lives some of the Amish ways, and the government hates her. Exactly. But you know what? If you follow God, the government's going to hate you too. The government wants to pretend it's God, and it's trying to do that in all our lives. and don't put anything in front of the real God. You know, he's God, and all this other stuff. They're getting you to believe shit, and we don't even know it. We're being brainwashed with commercials and things all around us all the time, and it's so subtle in some ways, and sometimes it's blatantly right out in your front of your face. I think the ones that are subtle do more damage, because if you see what they're trying, their agenda, what they're trying to push on you, you're gonna discernment will kick in a lot of times, and you say, "Wait a minute, that doesn't sound right." But if it subtly sneaks in and makes you question your belief system and this and that without any, I could use discernment. Basically, what I'm saying. What's it say? Hang on one second. YouTube, you dictatorship communist company. Thanks for trying to kick me off. See, that's another thing. Right now on YouTube, one of my mods over here on the other YouTube channel, and not just him, a lot of us have been getting kicked off. I got kicked off my own live stream one time, which I found incredibly fucked up. I just couldn't get back in it for a while. But it's happening to a lot of people who come, not just my live stream, it's getting a lot worse. I take it personal, and maybe I shouldn't, because it's happening to a lot of channels. YouTube's doing things, censoring you in 100 different ways, but you have nobody to complain to, really, because there's no human beings running YouTube anymore, and the machine doesn't have to listen to your complaint. And it's the same thing I said during COVID, when I was dealing with having to collect unemployment because all the jobs were shut down and everything. I had a problem in the beginning because there was nobody to help set up the unemployment there. It took longer than it should have. So if you have just nothing but AI running everything in the government when everything goes to hell, how are you going to get any kind of help? You're not. And the elites love that. They don't want us to get any help. They want us dead and gone, so there's more for them. They're into the selfish thing, you know. They don't care about anybody around them. Hang on, wait a minute. So did it kick you off there again, Memory? Yeah, yes. YouTube is broken. It's ridiculous. It's off the chart how bad it is. What's this? How does Moses make? I saw that. So, Jesus Christ Saint, is that your channel? I collect offerings, then I bless the pastors with private jets. You know what? You're making one good point, even though you're joking around in a way. Money should not be our God either. And a lot of these guys that are preaching on TV, televangelists, are charlatans, frauds, whatever you want to call them. They're on there asking for donations and this. Hang on, let me put this down. I'm getting my hands falling asleep holding both these. Give me 1 minute. Here's the other one. Yeah. You know, wait a minute. You know, a lot of them have, like, a lot of these televangelists, Kenneth Copeland and other ones, they have like 6 or 7 jumbo jets or Lear jets they're flying around in, and they should be taking a vow of poverty and, you know, walking around humble. Instead, they're living like kings. So, they're, in my opinion, they're wolves in sheep clothing. All right? That's just, by the way, hang on 1 minute. Let me make sure I got some battery on both of these still. All right, that's good. I'm forever forgetting. I start talking and going on a rant like I am now, and I forget to check the battery and it runs out. Now we're golden. We are good. And tell you what, it's therapeutic coming on here and just speaking truth and saying, you know, what's in my heart, you know, what I feel, and, you know, trying to wake other people up, because we're definitely at end times here. I don't know how long we got, but it bothers me that, you know, we're being censored. And I also feel that God puts it on my heart I'm out here putting myself out there. It could be millions of people, or it could be 10 people watching me. It doesn't matter. Saying what I feel I need to say. Not very eloquent in the way I talk sometimes, stumble on my words, but I'm trying to say what's in my heart best I can, because I think it's important. I think it's a job for each and every one of us. We're supposed to go out and spread the gospel and try to get more people to realize there is a higher power, and that higher power is Jesus, it's God. And don't let anybody cheat you out of your afterlife, because it seems to be, in my opinion, we're in a massive war. It's not even my opinion. It's at this point, it's fact. We're in a massive war, spiritual war, that a lot of people aren't realizing, and they're wondering why there's so many weird coincidences and whole mountainsides of trees burning up, and chemicals getting dumped into oceans and lakes, and it's killing things. Food supply going down to nothing. And a million other things, like train derailments, hundreds and hundreds. It's end times. We're being attacked. Some of it's in the physical, some of it's in the spiritual. Most of it's probably in the spiritual, manifesting into the physical world. Well, anyway, let me go. I'm jumping around so much. I want to get back to what I was talking about a minute ago with about collecting or any kind of, that's not really one. Don't make a false god, or I can't think of the word I'm trying to say. There's only one thing that's important right now: God. All this other stuff, it's going to melt away. If we get nuked, you ain't taking a damn thing with you, is what I'm saying. You got the best coin collection. You got wazoos of tons of money sitting in the bank. Doesn't matter. It's not going to save you. And the only thing you got, once you're dead, your soul moves on. There's energy in your body, okay? They can't disprove that. There is something there. And I think, as Einstein said, you can't completely get rid of energy. It changes different things. I think what he was saying, and I'm not really good at explaining this, but basically, you cannot get rid of something totally. Like, it either converts from physical, or like to energy, to, I'm not very good at saying this, but basically what I'm having trouble saying is, you can't get rid of something completely, make it disappear. There's always something left. It changes to something else. And I'm having trouble with this. It's hard to explain. Hopefully you're getting what I'm saying. So there is, wait a minute, energy doesn't die, just change. Thank you. And you made it sound easy, but I couldn't come up with that. Yeah. And that's the truth. We change into something else, whatever. I think when we die, we get a whole new body. Not maybe physical, it'll be a glorified body, according to the Bible, which means I'm probably never going to have to worry about getting sick or having any kind of these vaccines they're trying to shove in everybody's arms, which to me is, again, I have no time. I'm not trying to get a strike on this channel by bad mouth and medical field. But you know what? I think the medical field let us down last time with the whole vaccine thing. When you're telling everybody that, just take the damn thing, like it's a one size fits all. The problem is nobody's body chemistry is the same. Everybody's a unique individual. You could have allergies to different things in there. They weren't putting a list of the ingredients on that what was in those things, but they wanted you to just go with faith, take that vaccine. Well, what's the deal? You know what I mean? You know as well as I do that can cause an allergy, and that it did. And a lot of people had different things happen. Anyway, I don't want to get too far off the point. Is because I'm kind of roaming around on this. I started talking about materialistic things. Let them go. I mean, you don't have to go and sell everything or whatever. But you know what? If you start losing things like I did, don't think you're cursed or don't be bummed out right now. And what I mean by that is the WEF, World Economic Forum, said you'll own nothing and be happy. They're a bunch of devil worshippers as far as I'm concerned. And I think they meant that to be like in your face as they're taking your property and everything else that you own, little by little by little. We're losing everything. You know what? You got to lose everything to move on anyway. So they're actually helping you out and not even knowing it. They're trying to give you the big middle finger and just laughing at you as they get richer. But you know what? All that stuff's nothing but an anchor weighing you down. When we go to leave here, like for instance, when the rapture happens, when the shit hits the fan, God's gonna take some of us home. If you're willing to accept Jesus Christ, you get out of here. You won't be stuck when the shit hits the fan. But what I'm saying, I really believe materialism is like an anchor. May even play into all this stuff about haunted houses and stuff. That could there could be something to that. You know what that could be? People's souls wanting their materialism instead of wanting God when they pass. So they're hanging on. They're not going to let go. And there could be something to it that's keeping you from God. You found your God, and he's letting you make your choice. Let go and let God. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting at. Materialism's not going to save you. Didn't save anybody before, us, like I say all the time. Everything that they put under the pyramids for the pharaohs is still there if it wasn't stolen from, grave robbers. In other words, they didn't take none of that with them. But you do take your soul. John Lennon and Yoko Ono said it best when he said, you don't take nothing with you but your soul. And the lyrics of the Ballad of John and Yoko from the Beatles days, What's that? I bet memory got booted again. Yeah, you know what? He might have. I didn't. It's hard to read back, and that bothers me. Why does YouTube feel it's okay to boot my moderators off there? He's not doing anything wrong anyway. You know what I'm saying? Is it maybe they don't want my mods to be saying comments, but you know what? I do want them to say comments. I want everybody to speak freely here because we have the right to speak freely. You don't have to say anything offensive. Just be yourself, and you have something to say, add it to the conversation. See, that's more important than to stifle everybody like what they did during COVID. And it's all symbolic when you think about it. Cover your mouth with a muzzle, the mask. Stay 6 feet apart so you can't whisper in your buddy's ear and say, hey, is this bullshit? Isn't this bullshit? See, it's like we're already in a prison camp mentality. They'd separate and you can't go see grandma. Don't spend time with your family. You might die. That's all anti-God anyway. You know what I mean? God said, be fruitful and multiply. And they're trying to reduce the numbers. And I can't explain what I'm saying. I'm jumping around a lot. Wait a minute. And this will be third. Wait a minute. 2 times he came back. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Memory. I don't know. You guys over there. He's my mod on this other channel over here. You know what? If he comes back in, tell him to hop over and see if he's safe over on the other channel. I got 2 channels, by the way, if you just hopped on here. Double live streaming. One's Legends and Tales of Josie Wales. That is my main channel. My second channel is also operating right now. Preacher Pale Rider. And if you're new, join up and what's that say? I see Tammy's wait a minute. Memory back? Wait a minute. YouTube, do me a favor. Eat a cantaloupe. You belly aching rhinoceros. You're a Nazi, liberal, communist, leftist. See, they're knocking him off there, and that's wrong. He's got the right to speak. He wasn't saying anything offensive. He wasn't breaking any of their guideline rules. And that's one of my moderators. That isn't fair. And that's AI doing that, okay? So what do you think AI is going to do as time goes on to each and every one of us? You have a problem where a cop pulls you over, soon it'll be AI deciding your fate, They probably might not even have police officers coming up to your car. It might be a robot, and you can't reason with that. That's, if they program it to do one thing, it's going to do that thing. You know what I'm saying? We're going down a really dark path. This is why you need to find the light, and the light is Jesus Christ, and follow that home. What does that say? AI, A, B, C, D, E, F, U, E, F, U, YouTube. Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous, Tammy. It bothers me. He has a right to speak, and they did it to Mark. We have a guy comes on here, those that don't know, he's from Ireland. He gets on here, and they do the same damn thing to him. Just keep booting them off, booting them off. And you know what? It's how they suppress your subscribers get tired of it, and they don't come back. See, they're doing a lot of dirty tricks because they can't come at you straight on, and they attack the way they do things is underhanded, rotten, and in a sense, in my opinion, it's evil because they're taking your Fourth Amendment right to speak away. Nobody's getting booted off here needed to get booted off here. It's been like that pretty frequently. What does this say? I had to delete my short views were 7 in 5 hours. Yeah, you know what? They even admitted there's something wrong with YouTube, the algorithm or something's wrong. So why don't you bring some humans back in to YouTube to fix it, because the machinery that's running your business is running it right into the ground. It's the same thing I do DoorDash too. And DoorDash, I notice more and more it's like all AI, and there's all kinds of issues. And yet they want to keep building these data centers to take all our information, and AI is going to learn off us. Yeah, you know what happens when you're an employee of a company, and it's well, so-and-so is going to follow you around, and you just teach them and train them. What they're doing is replacing you 9 out of 10 times. So what do you think they want us to teach AI to do our menial tasks that the elites want done? They're going to get rid of us. It's a fact. They're not planning on, keeping us around and treating us decently. We're getting screwed. Wait a minute. Let's see what's going on over here. Okay, memory went over to the other side. It's just ridiculous, Hang on. I tried DoorDash today. I gave up. AI fucked me hard. Yeah, you're getting into the game kind of late. You still could do it. Here's what you got to do. Did you do any DoorDash at all? You're not going to make a killing, but you know what? You'll make more money in the very beginning. A lot of times they call it the honeymoon period, where they'll give all the younger drivers good offers, and anybody that's been around and knows that you don't take something that's miles and miles for peanuts. And they start to realize you figured out the system, and people will decline certain orders, and it pisses them off. But you can't expect somebody, especially with the price of gas, to go for miles and you don't compensate them, So, but they do tend to take care of the newbies, the newer people, because they can sort of use them again in a little while, and they'll just bring in more new people. It's the way any business works. They basically have you floating around there doing your job, doing a great job. So they're going to, bring somebody in that you can train, so they have 2 guys doing great jobs. The problem is they can't afford 2 guys. So they get rid of you, pay him a little less. And it's the equation or the recipe that they do all the time with every company, Everything's... You're basically on limited time a lot of times. I'm still spitting from frickin' smoke we're inhaling. East Coast has been pretty bad. I mean, all day long, my eyes are watering. They're not as bad now. It must have calmed down a little bit. But this morning, I was choking on the smoke, What's this say? Memory, my email refused me access. Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah, that's AI probably screwed that up for you there, Tammy. Yeah, where did he get booted again? It would let me sign up. It kept saying my email was invalid. Wow. Don't give up, dude. You know, I've had them to, you might have wrote it in there the wrong way though. Or make a new email. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, you might want to. I mean, in an emergency, dude, it's good to have something coming in now with DoorDash. Hang on 1 minute. Somebody just said something over here. Hang on. Yeah, we are in dark times. Exactly, brother. Really dark times. And that's the key. Turning on the light, like I just did there. And the light is Jesus, man. Know that this is it. This is the big roundup. Now, it's two sides fighting over the same treasure. Your soul is precious to God, and the other side wants it as well. Make the right moves, man. And again, you got a freebie. God said just accept Jesus' sacrifice so you don't have to go to hell and go through all this stuff. Wait a minute, hang on. The AI is going to destroy a lot. Yes, exactly, dude. Yep. Give them far too much power to it. You know what AI reminds me of? I don't know if you guys know Bible stories. For some reason, I'm getting this vision, not a vision, but like a mental image of giant Nebuchadnezzar. There was a big statue. Basically, if you think about it, this is kind of hard to explain because the story of Nebuchadnezzar was, and I hope I'm getting this right. Basically, he had a dream. There was many stories about Nebuchadnezzar, leader back in the day. But he had a dream, and he wanted it interpreted. And it was a giant statue, different metals for each part of the statue. Like the head was gold, and I might be wrong on the actual metals as I go down because it's been a while since I read it. And the shoulders were made out of bronze, and it was different ages of men, of generations and time periods. I believe like the head was gold. Maybe that was the Medo-Persians or whatever, the first kingdom or whatever, and the different ones, all the way down. Yeah, bronze. Had the Bronze Age, and as you went down the legs and different things. But by the time you got to the toes and feet of the statue, that's the foundation. Okay. Now it's interesting because I figured this out. The foundation should be the strongest thing, right, to hold up the rest of the giant statue. But the way they said it, it's actually upside down because the feet in the dream were made out of clay and was it miry clay and iron, which don't cleave together, meaning it doesn't really go together, wouldn't hold any of the weight of the other metals, so it collapses in a sense. It's what's happening with society in a sense right now. Everything is slowly falling apart, and the reason being is our foundation isn't based really on God anymore. They're trying to boot God out of everything. You need a strong foundation. And the ironic thing, or the thing I also saw, is in the Bible, Jesus said to Peter, Peter, you are the rock. You are the foundation. He built his church on that, meaning Jesus knew he was leaving and he wanted somebody to fill in for him, to be the rock. And wait a minute. Reprobate minds are soft. Right, you're right. What's that? You can do Uber Eats. Yeah, try it, dude. It may help you out, dude. It's always good to have some cash flow right now because gas is going through the roof, and yeah, you're gonna be driving a lot, burning it, but everything's going up. So you best off having some kind of extra thing because people are going to be losing their jobs because of this AI shit as well. Wait a minute. Yep, I need extra money for emergency. You're right. Everybody should be trying to get stocked up as best they can. But anyway, let me go back to what I was saying. Yeah, he said, Peter, you are the rock on which I will build. I guess his church, or what he was doing. He was leaving, and he needed somebody strong in charge. And I would say that I picked a pretty good guy to do it out of the 12. I mean, Peter jumped up and chopped the Roman centurion's ear off that was coming at Christ to take him away to prison. So he defended Christ. Now, granted, he also denied Christ, but he did other things. He had the faith enough to walk out on the water when he was on a boat with Christ. And yeah, he let go for a minute and he started to sink, but God saved him. God saw something in Peter that he kept using. Peter was a fisherman, and that's what we need right now. We all got to be fishermen, pulling in the catch, and the fish is a Christian symbol. What needs to be done, we got to save as many people as we can. And we don't save them, we bring them to Christ. Christ saves them, like what he already did. Wait a minute, hang on 1 minute. Man, you guys would hit it off and wait a minute and grow the hell out of your channels. Thank you. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, but they stop it. They don't let me. And sometimes it's just as well because you know what? Sorry, like I said, I'm still breathing in smoke from the East Coast here. Wait a minute. One of the things is, the louder you speak, sooner or later it's going to come down on your head, and it came down on everyone's head back when Jesus was alive and he got crucified. They all went into hiding, and because the Romans were coming in, we're going to have that happen again. The Christians are going to get persecuted, and the fact that they're persecuting you means that they fear you for the reason that you're one of God's chosen, and these people, they made their move, or they picked the wrong side, but they know that you're trying to do good and do God's work, and they're just going to try to be a stumbling block in your life. Look around, there's plenty of them out there. People are jealous when you're doing anything good in your life. It's sad but true. That's because they've chose the wrong path, Wait a minute. Hang on, I'm trying to jump back and forth. Read the comment above that, bud. Oh, wait a minute. He's going to destroy... Oh, wait a minute. Dude, I didn't have it on top chat. I mean, sorry, I had it on top chat messages. Hang on 1 minute. Man, don't tell me they just took all the chat off there. Oh, man. You see that? I have no chat on there now. That's unbelievable. See, that's the kind of shit YouTube does. I went to top chat and I can't get it back up there. Can you do me a favor and go over to Legends and Tales of Josie Wales and mention it over here? They did this to another live stream I had. Took away my chat. It's ridiculous. I'm getting tired of it. They turned the sound down. I hope you can hear that and hop over to the other channel. Because I wanted to read that comment. I went to put it on top. It was on top chat, which doesn't make any sense. Why not just put it on all chat? Why even have that setting, top chat? Well, maybe if you have like thousands of people in the chat, yeah, I can understand it. Man, that's pissing me off. They did this before. Nope. Chat filter. Nope. If you're on there and you can hear me, try to text something. There's nothing on it anymore. I don't know how to bring it back. Man, that's some bullshit. That ain't right. Yeah, the only other thing is if you can hear me, hop over to the other channel. You know what? I'm going to bring a pen and paper. Maybe I got something. And write it down so you can read what I'm trying to say. Tired of these people doing this shit. Damn, I don't have any paper on me. Hang on 1 minute. All right, hopefully, if anybody's on there still, hopefully you can read that. Go to wait a minute. Go to, wait a minute. Legends and Tales of Josie Wales. Hop over to the other channel. Tammy, are you leaving or what's that you got up there? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I couldn't see it. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Why would anybody want to be on the losing side of it? Yet people choose evil over it all the time. I can't believe they did that to my chat. They did it last time. See, what was happening is it started off on all chat. Or no, sorry, top chat. It's automatic. Like I said, why don't they just have one style? Dude, good deal. Good. Could you hear me, by the way? Could you hear me? Because they've done that too, where I can't even, they just shut the sound off. What's that telling you? If what I was saying, somebody's trying to block it. You see what I'm saying? Why? Truth hurts, you know what I mean? The enemy can't stand the truth getting out. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what you're saying, but it's a choice in there. I got to either put it on top chat or all chat. There's two things. So, and for a while, I would just change it. Now you go to change it halfway in, and it wipes the chat out. I don't know how or why. If it just says, let me see one thing. Hang on. Maybe if I chat filter all messages, okay? So now there's a choice between top chat, all messages, or none. Just out of shits and giggles, I hit none. Now it says chat hidden. It was already hidden. Okay. Top chat. See, they're not letting me bring it back. They're punishing me. And they do it all the time. I made a video the other day. What's that? Why not make it once? That's exactly what I'm trying to say, Memory. What? And you'd want more people to be able to speak, not less. They want it top. So, and then they'll flood your channel with trolls when you got top chat, all chat in there. It's ridiculous. They're trying to just find ways to stop flow of information. And that's why they used to get pissed off when COVID was around and you know, said something, they would shut down your comment, take your live stream, and maybe even take your channel. They didn't want communication. Exactly what I said about the masks and all that shit and the 6 feet apart. We're prisoners of war already. Just we don't know it, we don't see it, but that's what's happening. They are slowly trying to break us down and stop us from communicating to one another. You know, in a war, that's the first thing you do is you blind your enemy, you take out their radar, whatever, missiles or whatever the hell it takes, right? And you stop them from communicating. You knock their communications out. Then you do other things. You see, we are in a war, and they're using that strategy there all the time on us. We don't see it like that. They also use another one, divide and conquer. And they like to come into the chat, and one guy will question something, somebody else, and they'll get an argument going and totally take you off your point. Like, you see how I jump around a lot. And one thing leads to another as I'm talking, but they try to throw a monkey wrench in there because they don't want anything getting out. It's ridiculous. It's still there. That censorship's still there. You know? What's this? Wait a minute. Can't read it. Wait a minute. Marfugel channel just put up a thing. What's that? Went to. Yeah. Yo, what's up? How you doing, Captain? Good to see you back. Crypto Shady. Wait a minute. All right, so here's what I was about to say. I just saw something come across the screen up top. Marfugel. I don't know if you guys know who that is as a channel. He just said that they're calling back vets, meaning recent war vets, for action soon. We're going into World War III. What I'm saying is, in my opinion, right now is extremely important. We could be getting closer and closer to end times. I mean, we are in end times, but the Battle of Armageddon could be getting ready to kick off. You know, so get right with God moment. And God gave up his son, you know, so we have a free way in, you know, and you just got to accept it. Now, they're going to try everything they can. It's just a war over souls. I keep saying that, but that's what it really is. And that's why you hear these stories about, you know, rock stars selling their soul and all this. It sounds like, you know, BS or whatever. It isn't. This is really happening. And somehow all that stuff with the vaccines and all the shit that caused, that could have been a test to see who was willing to, you know, maybe sell out. And if you did, don't sell out, you know, later on when the shit hits the fan, when they're trying to take your soul, because it's going to come. They're going to want to put a digital ID in your fucking hand. Say no, it's the mark of the beast. Find another way. The other way is God. You know, when everything goes to hell, there's only one plan left. You know, and you're not going to starve. This manna from heaven. He did it before. It's all recorded in history, in the Bible, and even in outside the Bible. There's different things, miraculous things that happen that God made happen. So there's always a way through. Don't let them discourage you. Wait a minute. It's called Christian Apocalyptic Australia. He does call-ins, and you and him would have a great conversation. I have a few people from Australia I talk to, and the Aussie people are great to talk with. They're straightforward, and they got a good sense of humor and just decent people. You know, yeah, I might check into that. What was the name of the channel? Put it up there again. I saw it roll through. He's an Australian, talks a lot of cool stuff. Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. And all I'm doing is just saying, it's like just having the guts to say what comes to your mind. People hold back because as human beings, they all plant that little seed of doubt when you're early on in your life that anything you come up with is not good enough. And self-doubt, it's the devil whispering in your ear. The hell with it. God's also whispering. So listen to God's side. If you have something good to say and you feel it on your heart, say it. You know what I mean? What's that? Yeah, I'll have to check them out. Christian Apologetics, Australia. Tam, you know what? Let me take a screenshot. Give me 1 minute, dude. I'm kind of low tech. You guys got to bear with me. But, okay, if I can get the damn screenshot. Why am I having a problem with that? Tammy, do me a favor. In case I don't get the screenshot, can you write that name down? I got it. Never mind. I got it. Okay. All right. I think I got it in there. I'll have to check that guy out. Oh, good deal. Thank you, Tammy. Is it a good channel? He said it's pretty decent. Let me see something. Let me check how much battery I got, because I might have to plug one of these in. No, so far we're good on that channel. I don't even know if I ought to leave that one up, because that's the one with no chat in it. It's 9 thumbs up. I'm going to close out the other one. Let's see.